Angela with Infectious Magazine here at LP from Yellowcard. How are you?
Very good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Now you're participating in Band Happy, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, Band Happy. I'm really glad it's actually on Warped Tour this year because it gives the fans an opportunity to kind of explore what they're seeing a little bit and really get to see like what we do a little bit and see that our end of the world, I should say. It gives them an opportunity to take a lesson from someone they look up to potentially, like if it's if they like someone from Taking Back Sunday and he's teaching a lesson, or someone from Yellowcard or someone from All Time Low, they can just go right to that booth and see who's on the board and take a lesson with that person for an hour. I think it's really good. It's inspirational. It's very educational because I feel like it keeps kids in a positive mind frame, and it lets them learn something. Maybe they can go home and take something home with them, that maybe they can start on their own and say, oh, I want to do this. Because I personally went to my first show when I was born on tour with my dad, but when I was 5 years old I saw Miles Davis perform, and I just knew, I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, and that was where I was, mentally. So it definitely helps to be able to put your mind into it, and having Band Happy there to kind of aid in that is awesome.
Now, on their website, Band Happy's website, they say if you could take a lesson from any musician, who would it be? So I'd like to ask you the same question.
If I could take a lesson from any musician, who would it be? Probably Carter Beauford from Dave Matthews. I would choose him.
I've heard that you have quite a bit of a musical history. Can you fill me in on that?
I grew up on jazz. I've also done recordings like George Clinton and played with Lou Rawls and countless other musicians. But jazz, fusion, funk, punk, metal, death metal, like pretty much everything. I don't really close my mind to any music. I open it to everything, even country. If it sounds good and it captures me, I go for it. It's like one of those things. I feel like you need to be open to music to be able to be a greater musician.
Now, I have personally been a Yellowcard fan for quite a while now, thank you for making such great music. And I have to say that one of my personal favorites from When You're Through Thinking Say Yes is Hang You Up. I know various songs strike a chord with different people, but it's just, and the violin, it's tough to find a good mix with popular music and the type of music that you do. However, the music video I also love, but it's a lot, as you know, more lighthearted. So how do you find the balance in deciding how to still convey that feeling, but use those visual messages in a separate way while still, maintaining that?
Well, when doing a video, the way we do it, we always find ways to best express what we're saying and the message we're trying to put out. All of our lyrics have to do with, a past experience or something we're currently going through. It's always something that means something. So, in the video, if you notice, they're two girls, they're battling over, Ryan, blah, blah, blah. One's upset, one's trying to, and I think that was to show, we kind of wanted to make it as visual as possible that way. And, a lot of it comes from the directors. We read a lot with the directors bring in, and, they say, oh, well, this is what I was gathering from listening to your song, and what do you think of this? And then we look at it and say, oh, I like this, but can we maybe add this little part in there to kind of bring this out a little more? So that's kind of how we go about it. That department is more Ryan's department when it comes down to like the actual piecing it together, and then we usually get it and go, you know what, that looks great. I usually get behind the drums and do my thing.
I know, you'll be releasing a new song on July 31st, correct, called Here I Am Alive?
Yes.
Can fans expect more releases in the near future?
Yes, they can. Well, we're about to make our full release really soon, right, August 14th, which we're all really excited about. We all feel it's the best album we've done yet. And we do have something else coming. I can't say it yet, but we do have something else. We have something else on the way, which will be out really soon. So keep your eyes peeled. It'll be out there.
And what are some of the, speaking of the new record, some of the themes within the
Okay, well, we might as well start, like, Here I Am Alive. You know, that song was inspired by, you know, showing, like, you know, when you go through a rise at such a young age, and then, you know, you don't realize what you're doing to yourself and to, you know, to your career or whatever it may be, and anything you're doing in life. You know, that song is not really related just to what we're doing. It's related to everyone that can, you know, because, I mean, you think about it, the economy, you know, whether it's people going overseas, you know, to fight in the war, anything, you know, you think about when you're here now, you know, sitting here and you're able to discuss it now versus, you know, not being able to discuss something. You know, you say, here I am alive, you know, today. It's like kind of showcasing that, like, you know, no matter what bad happens, you know, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not over unless it's over, you know what I mean? And that's kind of the way we perceive it.
And then just two closer questions. The first being, if you could give yourself 10 years ago any piece of advice, what would it be?
Well, 10 years ago, any piece of advice. Remember, things don't always last forever.
That's a good one. And then lastly, what is one question you'd like to be asked but never have been, and what is the answer?
Let's see, that's a good question too. Probably, who is my greatest jazz influence?
And?
I'm going to say Miles Davis.
Another good answer.
Thank you.
And is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, everyone, I just finished my my second solo album, LPMD, and it'll be released later this year. We're very excited about it. And I also have another solo album called Defining Me, which you can find on tribalrecords.com. So I wrote all the music to it, so if you have a chance, please check it out and pick it up. Let your friends know about it, and look for LPMD live at a show sometime soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.